हरि ओम। स्मृतिपुराणानां केवलं ज्ञानम्. I can start now?
Yes, you can.
Yeah. Om. 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 ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच उच्छै श्रवसमश्वानां विद्धि माममृतोद्भवम् ऐरावतं गजेन्द्राणां नराणां च नराधिपम् आयुधानामहं वज्रं धेनूनामस्मि कामधुक् प्रजनश्चास्मि कन्दर्पः सर्पाणामस्मि वासुकिः अनन्तश्चास्मि नागानां वरुणो यादसामहं पितॄणामर्यमा चास्मि यमः संयमतामहं प्रह्लादश्चास्मि दैत्यानां कालः कलयतामहं मृगाणां च मृगेन्द्रोऽहं वैनतेयश्च पक्षिणां पवनः पवतामस्मि रामशस्त्रभृतामहम् झषाणां मकरश्चास्मि श्रोतसामस्मि जाह्नवी सर्गाणाम् आदिरन्तश्च मध्यं चैवाहमर्जुन अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादप्रवदतामहम् अक्षराणाम् अकारोऽस्मि द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च अहमेवाक्षयः कालो धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः मृत्युः सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवस्य भविष्यताम् कीर्ति श्रीर्वाक्यनारीणां स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिक्षमा बृहत्साम तथा साम्नां गायत्री छन्दसामहं मासानां मार्गशीर्षोऽहं ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः ज्योतं चलयतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहं जयोऽस्मि व्यवसायोऽस्मि सत्वं सत्त्ववतामहं वृष्णीनां वासुदेवोऽस्मि पाण्डवानां धनञ्जयः मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासः Kavinam Ushana Kavihi Dando Damayatam Nitirasmi Jigishatam Maunam Chevasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanavatamaham Echapi Sarvabhutanam Bijam Tadaham Arjuna Natadasti Vinayachat Maya Bhutam Characharam Namtosti Mama Divyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Yeshatu Deshata Prokto Vibhuter Vistaro Maya Ejyat Vibhuti Matsatvam Shri Madurjitameva Va Tattadeva Vagachatvam Mama Tejomsha Sambhavam. We will return to 30th verse. Prahladasyasmi daichanam kala kalayatamaham mruganam cha mrugendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. There are a couple of things I was thinking of mentioning regarding mruganam cha mrugendroham. This lion is famous for Simha Avalokana, which I think I have mentioned earlier. It will look at the four quarters and it will also look up Simha Avalokana as it keeps on looking for its prey. It is very mindful of who is likely to be inimical. Looks up and looks at the four quarters. That is why it has got a speciality of its own, and it is supposed to be the bravest of animals. Now, Vainateyascha Pakshinam. This Vinata's Putra. Vinata's Putra is Garuda. Okay? Aruna also is Vinata's Putra, but Aruna has taken the Sarajyam of Bhagavan Surya. This Vinata has given birth to Garuda. And this Garuda we have covered slightly Vistarena regarding his exploits. Now, yesterday I was mentioning to you, Vishwamitra has, out of frustration, asked his Shishya to get him those 800 horses. Then that fellow, and that fellow's name, which I forgot yesterday, is Galava. 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 And by some quirk of fate, Galava is a friend of Garuda. When he is, lamenting on the seashore, then Garuda appears there and asks him what is the reason. Then Garuda takes Galava on his back and goes to a number of places looking for those 800 horses. Then somebody mentions, like maybe Narada, that there is a king Yayati. This Yayati is the old-time Yayati, Nahusha's son, and husband of Devayani, and what is other lady's name? Sharmishta. Sharmishta, very right. Thank you so much, Sharmishta. And he will help you. Then Garuda takes Galava there. When he goes there, Yayati says, I'm happy to be of help to you, but I do not have the horses. Not a single horse of that description do I have. But I can tell you one thing. There are at least 3 other kings. They will help you. Each one of them has got 200 horses, which I know. But they will give you for a bargain. The bargain is that they are without any progeny. So my daughter, my beautiful daughter, her name is Madhavi. This Madhavi has got a special boon from a rishi. No matter who marries her, she will remain a virgin. Okay? Even after childbirth, she will remain a virgin. So you take this Madhavi to each one of these kings and marry her to a king, and give some progeny to that king, he will be pleased. He will give you the 200 horses. Like that, you can collect 600 horses. The two other 100 horses you simply cannot get, because in olden times the 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 800 horses were 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 requested by a rishi to marry Vishwamitra's elder sister. I think her name is Satyavati or so. Gadhi is the name of the king, whose children are this Satyavati and Vishwamitra. Now, when this rishi, his name is I'm not getting, okay. His name maybe I'll get tomorrow. When he requests Gadhi will be slightly worried. Hey, my daughter, who has grown in the comfort of the palace, now how she has to lament in the forest with this rishi. So I'll have to somehow get rid of the rishi's wish, but I have to ensure that I don't incur his wrath, otherwise he will curse me. Then he says, in our Vamsham, there is a tradition that whoever seeks the hand of a girl in marriage, they have to give the Kanya Sulkam. Kanya Sulkam is for taking the girl away, you have to give something. And what you need to give is 800 horses of very white color with one left ear for all of them having a black dot. This Gadhi says, Gadhi is the father of Vishwamitra. Then this rishi agrees and he prays to Varuna. Varuna has all the horses of the same description. He will immediately give. And this rishi gives all these horses to Gadhi, marries Satyavati, and goes away. There is a beautiful story connecting this rishi Satyavati and their progeny. This rishi's son is Jamadagni. Rishi's son is Jamadagni. Now, what happens is, before even Vishwamitra was born, this marriage happens. This Satyavati requests the rishi for progeny, and he says, yes, certainly, and he would have mantra bhavena, he will make prasadam. And the prasadam, his wife Satyavati requests that her mother also should get a son. The rishi says, okay. And he makes 2 bowls of prasadam, and mantra bhavena he will invoke such deities which are required for Gadhi's son, who will be an emperor himself, and Satyavati's son, who will be a rishi himself. Right? Now what happens? The rishi tells both of them, you, in the yonder place in the garden, there are 2 trees. You and your mother will have to embrace tree A, tree B for you and your mother in that order. And you have to partake this prasadam, which I have exclusively made for each one of you separately. Then Satyavati mentions this to her mother. Her mother says, hey, why not we exchange these? Satyavati simply falls for the request of her mother, and they exchange not only the embrace of the trees, they exchange a prasadam, the bowls of prasadam. Right? Now both of them become pregnant, and the rishi comes to know that they have done something which is not right. Then he asks Satyavati, Then she confesses, this is what happened. Then the Rishi says, hey, I have blessed the prasadam given to you so that it will be, it will be, it will be getting you a wonderful Rishi who will be renowned the world over. Whereas for your mother, that prasadam I had given so that he will be an emperor. Now you have exchanged that. What happens is now your mother will get not an emperor, maybe an emperor initially, but he will be a Brahmarshi. And what you will get a tremendous fighter who will be equivalent to an emperor, and he will be a terror to the enemy forces. Then Satyavati falls at his feet and begs of him, please don't give me a son of that valor. I would have only a son of your clan, a Rishi. Then he says, what I have done, that cannot be revoked. But okay, I'll agree with you. Your son will be a Rishi, all right, but the son of your son will be a tremendous fighter, and nobody can oppose him. Satyavati says, okay, that is how Vishwamitra was born. Initially a prince and becomes an emperor. Later on he becomes a Brahmarshi. Now, Satyavati gives birth to Jamadagni, who is a rishi of tremendous Ranan, Jamadagni. And he begets Parashurama avatar. One of the Ramas is Parashurama. Parashuramo Rama Balarama, Krishna Kalkidevacha in the avatars. That is how we chant. And this Parashurama, that is the story regarding the advent of Parashurama. It is because of the trick that Satyavati's mother played on her doting daughter, and the daughter simply fell for the love of the mother and acceded to the request of the mother. This is what has happened. This is what has happened. Now, Mruganam cha Mugendroham, Vainateyascha Pakshanam. Why did I mention all this? This Vainateya Garuda helps that Galava to get those 800 horses. So that out of the 800, 200 have perished in course of time. Only 600 are available. That is what Yayati tells, and gives his daughter Madhavi, and mentions towards the end of your trial, you please set Madhavi free from the bondage. That is the mandate of Yayati. So this Garuda and Galava, they go away. They go to one king, Kashi king, I think, I forgot his name, and he will readily agree to marry her, begets a son, and the son becomes very illustrious, and Pratardhana, I think his name, illustrious, and he becomes a very pious person. Okay, now they go to the next king, and the next king is Ushinara, I think, and Ushinara begets through Madhavi, who remains a virgin. After the marriage to the Kashi king, she remains a virgin, whom this Ushinara marries and begets Shibi Chakravarti, who is a very illustrious emperor himself, and he was renowned the world over those days as a very noble person, and who is given to tremendous dhanam and dharmam. Okay, you must have heard about the story of Indra and the Agni Deva, who turned themselves into birds, and Shibi Chakravarti befriends one dove, which is Agni Deva, and the eagle or some other hunting bird that will be chasing this dove, and this dove takes shelter behind Shibi Chakravarti, and he goes to the extent of giving up his life to save the doe whom he has protected. That kind of a person, Shibi Chakravarti. Then they now Garuda, for Galava's sake, has already got 400 horses. Then they go to the third king. Third king will marry Madhavi and begets a son, gives the 200 horses. Now Garuda, Galava, they discuss, they come to the conclusion that what Vishwamitra has asked, those 200 other horses are unobtainable, and they will go to Vishwamitra, and Galava prostrates to Vishwamitra. Hey Guru, these are the 600 horses. I have defaulted by 200 horses. Can you kindly help me? And if you wish, you marry this Madhavi. You marry this Madhavi. Then Vishwamitra says, hey, why did you have to do all this? To go to all those kings and things like that? You should have come to me in the first place and given Madhavi to me. I would have gladly taken Madhavi as my wife in exchange for those 800 horses which I have demanded. Then he will excuse him, and that is how the story is. In all these endeavors of Galava, this Vainateya, Garuda, was with him. What a person who was wedded to freeing his mother and who was wedded to tremendous friendship. That kind of a Vainateya Garuda. Okay, Vainateya Sapakshinam. Now, I don't know whether you people have seen any group of birds looking for some grains that we generally give on the floor. They will never fight themselves. They will not fight. Generally, the birds, they somehow adjust themselves. They will not fight. It is a different thing when it comes to animals. They will fight and throw away the weaker animal, and the stronger animal will appropriate all the food. It is not so with the birds. Mruganam cha mrugendro ham vainateyasya pakshinam. Now pavana pavatam asmi ramashastra bhrutamaham yashanam makarasyasmi shrotasam asmi Jannavi. We have seen how the Jannavi name has come, and yashanam makarasyasmi. This Makara also we had said there are 3 or 4 Makara names. One is a whale, another is perhaps a dolphin, and another is a shark, and another is a Makara, as we already know. Okay? Makara is the crocodile. Right. Now, next verse. Sarganam adirantasya madhyam chaivaham arjuna adhyatma vidya vidyanam vadaha pravadatamaham. Hey Arjuna, Sarganam of creations, aham, I am, adihi, the beginning, antaha cha. Adihi, the beginning means, it is like yesterday Brahmara was asking, those are 3 karanas for any creation. One is the nimitta karana, upadana karana, and the instrumental karana. Instrumental, what do you say in Sanskrit? Okay. And all the 3 are included in this Adihi. I am the Upadana Karana, I am the Nimitta Karana, and I am also the instrumental cause, all these things. Aham Adihi Antahacha, I am an end also, I am the end also. And when will that end come? Prarabdhavashat, Jivaha, he will Maranam apnoti, he will attain to the end. Then Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna, I am the middle also. That is, I am the sustaining influence for what I have created. Vidyanam, amongst the disciplines of knowledge, Adhyatma Vidya Aham, I am the knowledge of the self. Atma Bodha, I am the Atma Bodha, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam And see how what a tremendous importance is given to this Adhyatma Vidya, which most of us take it very lightly. Adhyatma Vidya, Vidyanam. If our effort is to acquire a lot of knowledge, forgetting the knowledge that we need to acquire regarding who we are, how did we come, what is this globe into which we have entered, and how long do we survive on the globe? And when we call it a day, where do we go? When we go, where is that world of ours? What happens thereafter? Will we take birth again? Why do we take birth again? What is the cause? What is the effect? All these things are available in the Adhyatma Vidya. In that I am the glory of Adhyatma Vidya. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vada Pravadatamaham. Pravadatam of those who discuss Vadaha Aham. Vadaha. There are three types of Vadas. One is Vada, another is Jalpavada, another is Vitandavada. Vitandavada, you know, two people they are discussing, and the discussion is centered on each one of those winning his point of view without giving any credit for the truth and the reality of the discussion coming from the other quarter. That is Vitandavada. That is, you want to win all the time, no matter what you say has any substance or not. That is Vitandavada. Jalpavada is each one of those, okay? Each one of those, they sideline the search for truth, the search for reality, and they keep on discussing endlessly. Endlessly, that is Jalpavada, useless discussion. And the other thing is Vada, simple Vada. This simple Vada is also called Samvada. Samvada. Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade. Vibhuti Yogo Nama Dashamodhyayaha. Don't we say that? Samvade. Samvade is beautiful Vada. This Vada is a discussion between two people who are really committed to knowing the truth. That is Vada. So amongst the Vadas, okay, amongst the Pravadatamaham, Aham Vadaha. Amongst people who keep on discussing, I am Vada. How beautifully Bhagavan has arranged all these things. I am indeed the beginning, the middle, and the end of all creations. Among the disciplines of knowledge and the knowledge of the self, of those who discuss and the discussion leading to truth. Yeah, next verse. Then Aksharanam Akarosmi Dvandva Samasikasya cha Ahamevakshaya Kalaha Dhataham Vishwato Mukaha. Aksharanam, amongst the letters Aham, Akaraha Asmi. That is what, with Akara only, almost all languages start from only Akara. Okay? And when you say Om, that Om, I believe, has got three syllables. A, U, Ma. And I is the first of the syllables. Aksharanam Makarosmi. Earlier Bhagavan has said what? Aham, amongst the words, Aham Ekaksharam. What is that verse? Ekaksharam. Yeah. Maharshinam Bhruguraham Giram Asmekam Aksharam. Giram, amongst the words, I am Ekam Aksharam. Ekam Aksharam is the one single syllable word, which is Om. In that Om, this A, U, Ma is there, and A is the Ye. Okay? I am amongst the Aksharas, letters, I am A. Akarosmi. Then Dvandvaha Samasikasya cha. Dvandvaha, Dvandva Samasaha. In the fourth chapter, we have come across the first of the samasas. What is that? Rajarshi was mentioned by Bhagavan. In what verse is that, Rajarshi? Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam vivasvan manave praha manuhu ikshvakave abravit. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo viduho. Rajarshayo viduho. Rajanam cha rishayaha. They are not only kings, they are rishis also. Like Janakadayaha. Like Janakadayaha. Like Manu. Rajarshayaha. Imam Rajarshayo viduho. That is considered a Dvandva Samasa. Such like thing you can say Rama Lakshmanao. Sharanyo Rama Lakshmanao, you can say, you can pray to both of them. Sharanyo Rama Lakshmanao. Ramam cha Lakshmanao. That is considered a Dvandva Samasa. Bhagavan says, in the Samasas, I am the Dvandva. Okay? Samasikasya cha aham Dvandvaha. Aham eva akshayaha kalaha. I am the infinite kala. Akshaya means infinite. Akshayaha kalaha. Perennially eternal time. And when will that eternal time end? When you get to know yourself. When you get to know yourself, you get to know time also. Time also is kind of subservient to you. Because Bhagavan said what? In the creations, aham adischa madhyam cha bhutanam anta eva cha. When you are adi, madhyam and antam also, all these things happen in time. When you have come to be aware of that, time is subserve you. It will be serving you. And you will be aware of time. That is when this akshaya kalaha as though becomes kshayam. Kshayam bhavati. Till then it is akshaya kalaha. I am that akshaya kala. And in that infinite kala, the glory of that infinity of kala is I. Aham Vishwato Mukhaha. I am all pervasive giver. Vishwato Mukhaha. I have faces everywhere. Vishwato Mukhaha. I am all pervasive giver. Vishwato Mukhaha. That is, you want to do upasana of me and you want to look at my face. I present my face no matter in which direction you look at me. You look at me top, I am there. You look at me from bottom, I am there. You look at me from the 8 quarters, I am there. From all the 10 quarters, top, bottom, and the 8 quarters, I am there. I am Vishwato Mukhaha. Among the letters, I am A, and I am Dvanda. I am the Dvanda among the compounds. Compounds means samasas. I am indeed the perennially eternal time and the giver who is all pervasive. Karma Paladata. Giver means Karma Paladata. I am the Karma Jaksha also. I am also the lawgiver. Okay? I am the chief lawgiver. I am the Karma Adhyaksha. I am Karma Paladata. And I have faces everywhere for you to do any puja and upasana of me. Yeah. Next verse, please. Mrityu sarvaharascha uddhavascha bhavishyatam kirti shri vakcha narinam smriti medha dhruti kshama. All these things are because of my glory. All these are glorious because of me, because of my kataksha karuna vikshana. Okay? Mrityuhu, death. Sarvaharaha, that which takes away everything. Mrityuhu takes away everything means what? What all does it take away? It takes away what all you have acquired till then. It takes away all your connections with the bandhavas, including your wife or husband, including your parents, including your progeny, everything. Everything, your bank balance is also taken away, as though taken away, because you have no connection with that. Sarvaharaha. And when did you come into the globe? You have come alone with nothing on you. And when you go away, you will simply reciprocate that birth of yours through your death. Sarvaharashchaham. You will go away as you have come. Right? You have come empty handed and you will go empty handed. Mrityuhu sarvaharashchaham uddhavasya bhavishyatam. And uddhavasya bhavishyata means what? It is not only the present clan of people and the jivas and jantus. What is yet to come also? Uddhavasya bhavishyatam. Okay? And the prosperity, etc. also, I am the one whose vikshana will make that prosperity of people possible. Okay? Uddhavasya bhavishyatam. Then narinam. Narinam means it's not amongst the women. It is amongst the feminine words. There are a lot of feminine words, I believe. One is kirti. All women must be very, very happy that kirti belongs to their clan. Kirti is fame. That fame is a feminine word. And shrihi, the wealth, that is another feminine word. Walk. Walk means not rebuking type of walk. It is some other type of walk. It is a pleasing hitavakyam. That kind of a thing, it is a feminine word. Then smritihi, memory. And you will remember between men and women, if there is any doubt regarding somebody's name, the husband generally turns to the wife and the wife will immediately give the name of that person. The smriti, the memory. The ladies tend to have better smriti perhaps, okay? Better smriti. Smriti, that is a feminine word. Medha. Medha is the discriminative knowledge and the retentive capacity. Capacity to receive and retain knowledge. That is another feminine word. Dhritihi, fortitude. Come what may. If something is decided, that will have to be done. I have decided that and there's no going back. That is another feminine word. Okay? And most of these perhaps belong to the feminine attitudes also. I'm not sure. Kshama. Kshama is the nature of forgiving and the nature of bearing any inconvenience. Shitoshna sukha dukkeshu samaha sanga vivarjitaha tulya ninda stutirmoni santushtaha yena kenachit. All these things are possible because of kshama. And I am death that takes away everything. And I am the cause of prosperity of those yet to be. People who are yet to take shape in this globe, yet to be. I am the cause of prosperity of those. Among the feminine words, I am fame, wealth, speech, memory, intelligence, fortitude, and equanimity. Equanimity, fortitude, dhritihi. Equanimity is the kshama. And supposing you come across somebody who has all these qualities, the glory does not belong to that somebody. It belongs to Bhagavan. That glory is mine. I am death that takes away everything. And I am the cause of prosperity of those yet to be. Among the feminine words, I am fame, wealth, speech, memory, intelligence, fortitude, and equanimity. Bruhatsama tadha samnam gayatri chandasamam masanam margaseshoham rutunam kusumakaraha. Kusumakaraha. Kusuma is flower. Kusumakaraha means, that is, Kusumakara means the one who gives flowers. And when will that happen? during the springtime kind of. In the Vasanta Rutuhu, Rutuvunam Aham Vasanta Rutuhu, Bruhat Sama Tadha Samnam. Amongst the Samaganas, there is one Samagana, I believe, Bruhat Sama. Bruhat means huge, very huge. This Samagana, you can listen in a couple of temples in South India. I'm aware of that. One is in Tirumala at some appropriate times, and another is in the western front. It is Guruvayur. In the Guruvayur Krishna temple, there is generally the Samagana that goes on by one Pandit or Purohit. He will be always chanting that, and he will be relieved by somebody else, etc. I don't know whether that is Bruhat Sama. In the Sama Veda, these are the Ganas, I believe, available. That Bruhat Sama, Tada Samnam. Amongst the Samagayas, I am Bruhat Sama. Gayatri Chandasamaham. Aham Gayatri Chandasamaham. There are a lot of chandases. Bhagavad Gita is what? Mostly is what? What chandas?
Anushtup chandas.
Anushtup chandaha. Very right. Anushtup chandaha. Then there are other chandases, one of which is Gayatri. But the moment you mention Gayatri, it is not just related to this Gayatri, I believe. It has got a 3-line verse. 3-line verse. Each line will have 8 aksharas, and together it will be 8 into 3, 24 aksharas. That is the style of Gayatri Chandas. But whenever you say Gayatri, it is generally understood to be the Gayatri, not the Chandas, the Gayatri mantra, of which the Rishi was who?
Vishwamitra.
Vishwamitra. Yeah, good, very good. Vishwamitra is the Rishi. He is the Rishi for the Gayatri mantra. And this Gayatri mantra has 24 syllables, and Ramayana is a kind of an explosion of the Gayatri mantra, I believe. It has got 24 syllables, and Ramayana has got 24,000 slokas. And if you go through with the Ramayana carefully, every verse starting, the first verse will be starting with the first syllable of Gayatri mantra. And Gayatri mantra is what? Gayatri mantra is that people chant at the time of being, Sandhya Vandana. Om Bhut Bhuvah Suvah Tat Saviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Okay? That is the Gayatri mantra. And this Gayatri mantra has 24 syllables. Ramayana has got 24,000 verses. The first verse will start with not that Om, Tat Saviturvarenyam. Tat, Ta. It starts with Ta. The first verse of Ramayana is I used to remember all this. Maybe age is telling on me. I've been forgetting these small things. Not Tato Yuddha Parishramtam. That is where Tataha. Okay. It starts with, the first verse will start with the first syllable of Gayatri. The 1001th verse will start with the second syllable of Gayatri. And the 24,000 verses like that will be covered by the 24 syllables of Gayatri. Bruhat Sama Tada Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margasirshoham. Amongst the months, I am the Margasirsha. Rutunam Kusumakaraha. Rutunam, amongst the seasons, I am the Vasanta Rutu, the springtime. Okay? Margasirshaha, why? Masanam Margasirshoham. Why did he become this Margasirsha? The end of this month will herald Uttarayana Punyakalam. This comes, I believe, Margasirsha, around the middle of December, goes on up to the Sankranti time. From then on, the Uttarayana Punyakalam starts. That is how Masanam Margasirshoham Rutunam Kusumakaraha Tada. So too, among the Samas, hey, careful, no, Pratipadartha. Amongst the Samas, Bruhat Samaha, I am the Bruhat Sama, and Chandasam, amongst the meters, I am Gayatri. Amongst the meters means the Vedic slokas, etc., all these things are rendered as per some norm, some rule, Vyakarna rule. And the Vyakarna rule has got some meters. And I believe in the Rigveda, the first of all those mantras, they start with Gayatri mantra, I believe, and they worship Indra and the rest of the deities like that. Okay? Indra, Agni, that is so. Chandasam, Aham, Gayatri. Then Masanam, amongst the months, Aham, Margasirshaha, the November, December. Actually, November, December is mentioned. It ought to be December, Jan. I don't know why. Margasirshaha. If by December end, Margasirsha ends, 1st of January, you do not get the Uttarayana Punyakalam, isn't it? Uttarayana Punyakalam will be around the middle of January, between 13, 14, 15, one of those dates. Rutunam, amongst the seasons, Kusumakaraha, the springtime, the one that brings forth flowers and brings forth a lot of what? Asthma inducing pollen also. So too, I am Bruhat Sama among the Samas, Gayatri amongst the meters, amongst the months, Margasirsha, and among the seasons, I am the spring. Next verse, please. Yeah. Jyotam Chalayatam Tejasvinamaham Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi Sattvam Sattvavatamaham. Chalayatam, amongst those that deceive. Jyotam Asmi, I am the game of dice. Among the deceitful things, I am the game of dice. This is where Yudhishthira paid the penalty because his uncle was very deceitful. Jyotam Chalayatam Asmi Tejasvinamaham, and in the brilliant, I am the brilliance. In the brilliant, I am the brilliance. Tejasvinamaham. Jayaha Asmi, I am the cause of victory. I am indeed the victory. Jayaha Asmi, Vyavasayaha Asmi, I am the clarity in thinking. Do you remember that? Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kudunandana. That was the Prabodha in the 2nd chapter by Bhagavan. That Vyavasaya Asmi Aham. Of those who have clarity in thinking, I am the clarity. Sattvatamaham, of those whose nature is predominantly sattvic, I am the sattva. I am the sattva. Whatever glory is there in anything or in any being, I am the cause of that glory. I am indeed that glory. And the game of dice among the things that deceive, of the brilliant and the brilliance. Earlier in the 5th, not 5th, what is that? In the 7th chapter, Buddhihi buddhivatamasmi tejasvinamaham. He said that. He said that, isn't it? Rasoham apsakonteya prabhasmi shashi suryayoho pranavas sarvavedeshu shabdakke paurusham rishu punyo gandha pridhivyam cha. All these are my glories. I am giving you this 10th chapter, Arjuna, as a commentary on what I have already said, because you, my friend, my Sakha, and you have chosen to be my Sishya now. You have requested me. That is why, out of compassion for you, I have been giving all these things. Otherwise, where is the need for all these things? Anything that is great, I am. Anything that is great, I am. Anything that is brilliant, I am. I am the victory of the victorious, and the clarity in thinking of those that have the Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, of those whose nature is predominantly Sattva. I am the Sattva. Okay? I am the Sattva. Next verse. Then, Purushninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayaha. Arjuna was perhaps sulking till now, because Bhagavan has mentioned what? Rama Shastra Bhrutamaham. Sidelining as though Arjuna, who is a great, great archer of no mean achievement and no mean prowess, no mean hero he was. Vrishninam Vasudevosmi. Amongst the Vrishnis, I am Vasudeva, the son of Vasudeva. The Vrishni clan is a kind of an offshoot of that Yadukula. Okay? Vrishnis, etc. There are some half-a-dozen kulas, of which Krishna's father, Vasudeva, belonged to Vrishni Vamsha. And Vasudeva's father is what? Shurasena. Shurasena's first issue was Kunti, and Kunti was given in adoption to Kunti Bhoja. Her name as born to Shurasena is Prudha. And that Prudha becomes Kunti later after adoption by Kunti Bhoja. So that Vrishninam, coming from Shurasena, Vasudeva, I am the son of Vasudeva. That is how I have become Vasudeva. Though Bhagavan Vyasa has described that Vasudeva has another meaning. Okay, in the Vishnu Sahasranama, he is nicely given. Krishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayaha. Hey Arjuna, stop sulking. I am Dhananjayaha amongst the Pandavas. Amongst the 3 Pandavas, I am Dhananjayaha. No, not 3 Pandavas. Amongst the 5 Pandavas, I am. Yeah. Amongst the 3 Kaunteyas, I am Dhananjayaha. That is the meaning. Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Vyasa Bhagavan, who was dictating to Ganesha, he has mentioned this. Muninamapyaham Vyasaha. Bhagavan Krishna must have prompted Vyasa Maharshi, hey, include your name, you have done so much. Muninam apyaham Vyasaha, Kavinam Ushana Kavihi. Amongst the Munis, I'm Vyasa Maharshi. Vyasa Maharshi means the one who has kind of classified the Vedas. And till the time of Veda Vyasa, the Vedas were available as only Shruti Parampara. They were not in any kind of lipi. They were not in any kind of language which was written down. And it remained for the blessing and grace of Bhagavan Vyasa, who had to do that. He did that. He has done a lot of things. That is why he is equated to Vishnu. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya, Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave. There is no difference between these. That is a saying. Muninam apyaham Vyasaha, Kavinam. Kavinam means people who have Krantadarshihi. They know the past, present and future, that kind of a thing. Kavinam Ushana Kavihi. Ushana Kavihi means Shukracharya. Shukracharya is a Bhrugu Vamshiya. Ushana Kavihi. He is the Danava Guru. Devaguru is Bruhaspati. Vrishninam, amongst the Yadavas, Vasudevaha Ahamasmi, I am Krishna. Pandavanam, amongst the Pandavas, Aham Dhananjayaha. Aham, and this Dhananjayaha title has come when, during, just before the Rajasuya Yaga, these four brothers, Arjuna, Bhima, Nakula, Sahadeva, they go to the four corners of the globe. Arjuna goes to the north and subdues a lot of kings and emperors and brings a lot of wealth and gives, not a pie he takes, gives everything to Yudhishthira. And he is called Dhananjayaha from Dhanan. Dhananjayaha. Muninam api, amongst the seers. Muninam aham Vyasaha. I am Veda Vyasaha. Kavinam, amongst the sages. Ushana Kavihi. I am the preceptor Ushana. Ushana is Shukracharya. Amongst the Yadavas, I am Vasudeva. Amongst the Pandavas, I am Dhananjaya. And amongst the seers, I am Vyasa. Amongst the sages, the preceptor Ushana, preceptor of the Danavas. Dando Damayatam Asmi, Niti Rasmi Jigeshatam, Maunam Chaivasmi Gushyanam, Jnanam Jnanavatamaham. Damayatam are people who enforce discipline. Dandaha Aham Asmi, I am discipline. Aham Dandaha. In the Anishasanika Parva and in the Shanti Parva, there is a lot of talk of this danda between Bhishmacharya and Yudhishthira. This is one of the Rajadharmas. And that Rajadharma, the discipline, the discipline wielding king I am, kind of. Dando Damayatam Asmi, Niti Rasmi Jigishatam. Jigishatam, people who are victorious or who are desirous of victory, who are successful in any endeavor. Nitihi ahamasmi, I am the justice. People who simply become victorious and put to death everything that comes against them, I am not. I am the justice against, using which, not against, using which the people will become victorious. And Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam. What a mention regarding secrets. Amongst the secrets, what is the greatest of secrets? The greatest of secrets is, in the Mahabharata, was displayed by one woman.
Death.
Can you name that woman? This Maunam. Kunti Devi kept quiet regarding Karna's birth. Maunam Chaivasmi Gushyanam. And because of that, because she kept this greatest of secrets, Yudhishthira curses all womankind. From then on, he says, from now on, no lady will be capable of keeping any secret. They will have to blurt it out. Maunam Chaivasmi Gushyanam. That is the story from Mahabharata. Maunam Chaivasmi Gushyanam. You know what? When Yudhishthira curses her, in these three parva, I think, when a lot of Pitrukaryas are being done, you offer for the Tila Dana for people who departed. Everybody is being offered that. Then Kunti Devi requests Yudhishthira, please offer to Karna also. Then Yudhishthira says, why to Karna? What is this, mother, you are talking? Then she had to come out with the truth. That is when he gets annoyed. That's such a wonderful person. You made him our enemy, and if only I knew, I would have prostrated to him and given everything to him. you have held this wonderful news from all of us. So henceforward, I am very pleased to curse all womankind not to have the capacity to keep any secret with themselves. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam jnanam jnanavatamaham. And I am the knowledge amongst people who have who are knowledgeable. Okay? That is, in the Rishi ashramas, the rishis need not be very proud that they have a lot of knowledge. I am that knowledge. I am the cause of that knowledge. I am the discipline of those who enforce discipline. I am justice of those who want success. And I am silence amongst the secrets of those who have knowledge. I am that. I am that knowledge. Okay? I think we'll stop here today. Any doubts you may have, we will attend to tomorrow. Okay? Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, everybody.
Hari Om. Thank you, Nana.
Hari Om, Nana.
Hari Om, Nana.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Nana.
Yeah, thank you. Tomorrow we might enter the portals of the 11th chapter.
Gurudev. Let's just recollect all that we listened to about all the, the different vibhutis of Bhagwan, and then let's share.
Dr. Ramra, I missed that early part where he was talking about that 200 horses thing. I mean, or 800 horses. I was listening to that Vishwamitra and the sister Satyavati, how they get married and that part. But how did that guy, the Garuda, help that person? Did he talk about that?
Gavala is the name of the disciple of Vishwamitra who wants to give him Guru Dakshina. Although Vishwamitra keeps telling him there is no need, he insists. He says, no, I want to give you Guru Dakshina. So then to ward him off, Vishwamitra tells him to get 800 horses which are pure white, except that the left ear has, each of their left ears has a small black dot. So now this person is now, where will he get such, such a description of horses, and that to 800 of them? So he's sitting by the ocean and he's trying to empty the ocean. He keeps taking handfuls of the ocean and he's trying to empty it, which is when Garuda sees him. Garuda is his friend, Vainateya. So he says, what are you doing? He says, this is what my Guru Dakshina is, and it is as difficult as emptying the ocean. So I'm just doing this. So then Vainateya helps him. He says, let me help you get these 800 horses. And that is when they set out. And finally, he gets those 800 horses. And I mean, this was a show of how strong Garuda was, and not just as a son. It's all his virtue. As a son, he redeemed his mother of her curse of being a slave, being enslaved by her co-sister. And as a friend, he stood by his friend till he achieved what he was supposed to achieve. So then that story goes as in, he says you can get 600 horses, but those 200 horses are with, I think, this Madhavi, who is the wife of uh, one of the sages. Now, there are a lot of names there. Yeah, maybe some.
Yatati was the father
Yayati.
of Yayati, sorry.
Yeah.
Yayati was the father of Madhvi. So she
Ha.
had the quality of remaining virgin even after giving birth to the children. So Yayati said that you take Madhvi to each of the kings. He said three people. He said that these three, they want progeny, and in return of progeny, they will give you the 200 horses.
Each
So
of them gives 200
each,
horses. So that makes
each
600.
600. So that's how. And then when he said Yayati that 200 will be remaining and you will not be able to get them. So they decide that we'll go to Vishwamitra and we will prostrate to him that we are not able to get these 200. We just got 600. So Vishwamitra said that you should have come in the first place to me only. You should have bring Madhavi to me, and I would have gladly married her. And there was no need to uh, go like to different peoples you were going and asking for. You should have come to me. This is
So in effect,
That's
those 200
nice.
horses also come up. So
yeah.
Mm.
is 800.
Uh,
Mm, yeah. And how Vishwamitra and his sister Satyavati, Vishwamitra was born um, to his mother. Satyavati was, she's the daughter of this king called Gadi. And then
Right.
Harshi wants to marry her. So when he comes, Gadi is wondering how she will live with this Maharshi in the forest. So finally, he marries her, and in order to beget a child, I think the Maharshi gives some prasada to Satyavati, but then she also asks, because her mother doesn't have any, they don't have an heir. So she asks for her mother also. So then he gives her two prasadas and he clearly tells her, both of you should go to the garden and embrace those particular trees, specific trees. But there, I think, I don't know what happens, but the mother kind of asks the daughter, Satyavati, whether they will exchange. I don't know for what reason. Maybe when Anna was talking about. But then so they exchange. And when they come back and tell this Maharshi, then he says, oh, you did this without asking me. I gave you very specific instructions because your mother, the prasada that was given to your mother would beget a king, an emperor. Whereas the one that was given to you would, you would get a sage who is going to be very famous. So, but they get interchanged. So ultimately, her mother gives birth to Vishwamitra, who's a Raja Rishi initially, and then becomes a Brahmarshi, very famous. Then this Satyavati gives birth to an emperor who is Jamadagni, right?
Yeah, Jamadag.
Jamadagni. And
The mother gives rise Jamadagni, right? The mother is the one, because they reverse the prasadam, right? They're supposed to take. The mother get not the priest, the rishi, and the daughter gets the kshatriya, right? Like who is a fighter, like a really strong fighter. So that's how he said the Parashuram was born. He was.
yeah, but aren't Vishwamitra and Satyavati brother and sister? So can't be Vishwamitra being born to Satyavati, right? Because Vishwamitra was born a king,
No,
was
no, no.
born
Yeah,
to
no, Vishwamitra is not born. I mean, they were both brother and sister, but he was talking about the sister story, the Satyavati and that mother, that Gandhi or whoever that person is.
Gandhi is the father. Hmm.
Yeah, the father. I don't know. I think the two names that came up was this Parashuram and
Correct. Parashurama is the
Jamadagni.
son of Jamadagni. That is what
Oh, son
the
of.
thing. Then she says, "Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh,
I
right, right.
didn't
You're
know
right.
this."
Yeah.
Then,
Yeah.
then her husband, that Rishi, will tell her, "Don't
Oh,
worry,
okay.
son of your son will be a very
Mm.
um,
He will
uh,
be a strong
will
fighter
be
or
a
something
prowess.
like
Yeah,
that.
will be
Yeah.
very.
Mm.
So that is how Parashurama is born to Jamadak.
Jamadagni. Okay, okay. I got that name mixed up. Okay, I thought that they're
I don't
born
know
two
whether
different people.
there is a mix-up. If anyone can throw,
No, no, you are right. Because the first one, she begs him. So he says, okay, the first one will be the Rishi. And the son of that son would be the fighter. That's how that explained it. I kind of mixed up with the names because they both are Rishis anyway, right? So that's why. Okay. Yeah, Vishwamitra was born as a Raja Rishi and then he
yeah.
goes and asks for Kamadhenu, right? To Vasishta. That story comes up another way, but he becomes a saint. Yeah, thank you.
So yesterday, I think Suma was mentioning that today is um,
Garuda Panchami.
Garuda Panchami,
Uh,
and we had a spillover of Vainateya stories even today.
yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, how strong Garuda is. Like
Yeah.
um, today also Nannas explaining about Garuda something. Hmm. Yeah, I think we did it yesterday also. Thank you.
Today I got the answer also why Arjuna was given this Vibhuti Yoga because Ishvara, when like he became the Shishya now, he was initially the Sakha, he was asking. And what Nanaji said today, that he became the Shishya and the Ishvara had the compassion for him, so that is why Ishvara gives his Vibhuti, explains his Vibhuti to Arjuna. This sentence just struck me as he was saying, this is what I was asking few days back.
I think in yesterday's story, somewhere Garuda leaves his feather, no? Where was that? He leaves a feather.
It was that when he went to take the Amrit Kalash from
Right.
Varga. Yeah, then Indra
You're
was that.
trying to fight to somebody. Yeah, the
Yeah, so
Vajrayudham, right? Yeah.
he had a fight with Indra. So Indra was his big brother, and just to show him that your strength is this much only, that you can only harm one feather of mine. So he leaves one feather and he moves out from that Swarga where it was kept, Kalash.
Yeah. And
And also when you're, when Arjuna says he wants to know the Shreyas, so the Bhagavan trying to show more and more like the um, instill that one is the bhakti or the devotion, that the second thing is that guide him to achieve that Shreyas, like so he wanted to show what Bhagavan is all about, and uh, what do you call that, Leela, or whatever, whatever his, that all the glories of God, so that you can contemplate, and the more you contemplate, we are not doing anything actually, so it's all Bhagavan, it's all everything. This is all Maya. So somewhat we are differentiating this from uh, the Bhagavan's doing, so everything is him. So then it becomes, when you realize that, then you and that Bhagavan, Brahman is the same. So but when that really, when we realize that part, then it becomes one. That's when he said that the time is
Kshaya.
sorry.
The Akshaya
Yeah.
time becomes Kshaya when
Yeah.
you realize the Atma.
Right. It's subservient. It becomes,
Mm.
it serves you, or like something like that.
Mm. Aksharanam akarosmi dvandva samasikasya cha. So
Yeah.
there mentioned the first dvandva that appeared,
Dvandva.
the Rajarshi in chapter 4.
Mm. And
Rajarshi.
also Rama Lakshmana, I mean, that
Rama Lakshmana.
yeah. So when we see, I felt Dvandva means like when we say Jivatma and Paramatma, like two different, is that called Dvandva too? Samatshikshya.
Dvand is not confusion. Is it not
No.
confusion?
Dvandva is a kind of
Compound. Like
yeah, it's a compound. Dvandva
uh,
is a kind of compound. Yeah.
What is it? I'm sorry.
There are different kinds of compounds, no, in
Oh,
Sanskrit.
okay.
So
All right.
Dvandva is a kind of compound.
Compound. Is it that means I am the dual, means like I was wondering like how that two person he's in two places or something like that.
No, I think here, if we remember the PDF that we read, what Swamiji explains is the samasas, different kinds of compounds. Dvandva is where both the words have equal importance. They're both samana, they're both equal.
Okay, equal. Okay, like so Rama, if you say Rama or Lakshmana, they're equal.
Right.
Like that
So
meaning.
like that.
Okay.
Rajarshi. So Raja and Rishi. So that is, I think, the
like a Janaka and the kings were also realized people, so enlightened jnanis. So they gave the Raja Rishi that name. So
I think in the PDF, Swamiji very beautifully explained. I can't remember all of that. There are different kinds of samasas. One in which maybe one word is lesser than the other. It's in comparison. But whereas in Dvandva, both are equal. Which is why Bhagavan picks up Dvandva among the samasas, among the compound words.
Hariom, I also had the same, like everywhere, if we see in Bhagavad Gita or in Puranas, it is like two values, whether it is positive, negative, or whether it is Gnan, Agnan, or
yeah, that's opposites, right?
so that's what.
Yeah.
So even I had the same same understanding that here Ishwara is saying that Dvandva, maybe we can ask Nanaji, because I also had the same, that he is equally, I mean, it is in both. So when we look at even the whole Purana stories, all the rishis, they had two wives. One was having the positive characteristics, another had the negative. And I mean, it depends on us what we inculcate and how we bear the fruits of those values which we inculcate within us. So rishis are, like I was interpreting as my little understanding. So Bhagwan is in both. He is equally, he is giving boons to Asura also and to Devas also. For him, nothing is more or less.
Yeah. Please note this doubt of yours, Bella, so that you can ask Nana day after tomorrow when he comes. You can ask him this.
Okay.
Aksharanam akarosmi dvandva samasikas ahamevakshaya kalo dhataham vishwato mukha. A is the beginning of all the letters, and it is also the beginning of Om, one of the syllables that are contained in Om. And Vishwato Mukha, his faces are all over, all across. There is now nowhere that he doesn't have a face. Vishwato Mukha. Mrityu Sarvaharascha.
That is such a wonderful statement that he is Vishwatomukha. He is, I mean, very beautiful that he is there everywhere.
I think even when going back in Mriganam, he talks of, what was that? Mriganam Mrigendroham, right?
Yeah,
In that-
Simhalokan, bahut, that was a wonderful word
Simhavalochati.
Nanaji said, that we always have Simhavalokan. That is such a wonderful word in Sanskrit also, that when we do something, we always should look back and just try to analyze and synthesize. That is Simhavalokan. So when he is going for prey, he is just checking the alertness of the mind.
Which one is the which sloka is that?
That is Shloka 30. Prahladas-chasmi daityanam kalah kalayatamaham mriganam cha mrigendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. So there he says the king, the lion, looks in all the four directions and also looks up
Yeah.
to see if there is any prey or a
Look up for that.
yeah.
Yeah. That's very nice.
And this Mrityu Sarvaharashchaham, verse number 34, Sarvahara was so beautiful, where you lose connection with everything. Your name, your fame, your relatives, your bank balance, everything. You just haraha, sarvaharaha. Mrityu is sarvaharaha. It just severs that connection that you have with everything. Sarvaharaschaham udbhavascha bhavishyatam. And
So
And
that's
about
some.
integrity also, no? Nanaji was telling that females have more good memory. So I was thinking that we don't remember anything, and Nanaji is retaining so much. So I
right.
was like,
Even that thought occurred to me also.
yeah.
You know, when you're reading it, at least I think, oh, we remember this story, I'll remember it. But then you forget about that. And so, wow.
But I think the key is to keep reading and recollecting and sharing. See, when we share, then there are more chances. Now, I think there are more chances of all of us remembering Vainateya and all his stories. At least now, if not all.
Yeah,
still,
sure. I think hopefully we'll remember it.
We'll be able
when we
to
do
remember.
our quiz question about Garuda's, you know, we can say a story about Garuda, we can name them.
Correct.
It'd be nice. Yeah.
The quiz, no? Yeah, we should have a quiz in Yoga. Then Brihatsama Tatha Samnam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margashirshoham Rutunam Kusumakara. So that Brihatsama, those two temples that it continues, the Samagana that continues, is one is Tirupati and the other one was Guruvayur, he said.
Yeah.
And Kirti Shri Vakcha Narina Smritir Medha Dhritik Kshama. Beautiful words these are. Kirti is, of course, fame. Shri is wealth and prosperity. Vak is of the Vak, Narinam Vak, which is, I think, of the feminine words. I am Kirti, Shri, Smriti, the capacity to remember, Medha, or the what is that? Medha is intelligence.
The form, Dhritihi is the steadfastness.
Dhriti is steadfastness, and Kshama. Kshama is not just compassion. Also, I think Swamiji very beautifully mentioned is having that samata, as in you, if the other person is angry, you don't catch on to that anger. You keep your calm. That is Kshama.
Kshama is like
Very
Kshama, Dhritihi, Mrita, Medha, Smriti.
Accommodativeness.
Accommodativeness, yeah. And the Gayatri is such a, what a beautiful, my love and respect and pride in our own culture is just going up and up. The Gayatri has 24 syllables, and the Ramayana is apparently an explosion of the Gayatri.
Gayatri.
Every syllable, like Ramayana is 24,000 shlokas, and every 1,000 shlokas starts with the first letter of one, like Bhur, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, like that. No, Tatsavitur Varenyam, Nana said. It starts with Tatsavitur Varenyam. So every 1,000 verses starts with one of the syllables of Gayatri. So therefore, you have 24,000 shlokas the Ramayana. See, just by looking this correlation, just by getting to know this itself, your heart beams with so much of pride. Just imagine how.
Yeah, when we read about the time factor, it still amazes me how they calculated this. What is that called? One kalpa is like 1,000 chaturyugas. One chaturyuga is like that 4,32,000 or something. No.
Million years.
43 lakhs, I don't remember. But how do you say that number? 20,000 something. 43200 something. 30 or 40. Let's say. I can't even say the number correctly. Yeah. So that kind of, then you think this, I read this about Narada Muni, he's been there one kalpa. That means how long he's been living, and he's going on to all these lokas and talking to people. Then this Vyasa Muni, he creating all this Veda and all this. He viewed, he viewed this past because of this yogic, all these skills, that he kind of can see the past, future, and all that. Then he thought this Kali Yuga people are so not having this memory or strength or any of this. That's why he created the Vedas, I believe.
He didn't create the Vedas. I think Vedas were
not
already there.
There. I mean, he put it in
them,
writing. Yeah, in writing.
He classified them into
because Yeah, because they were saying it by heart, like
Yeah.
only by word, only people were listening to it, and but then to put it in writing so that it's in the book, so they can read and get the information and that kind
Yeah.
of thing. If he didn't put it like that, we wouldn't be reading all these things right now,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
That thank God for that, and thank to Vyasa, Veda
Bhagwan.
Vyasa,
That is why
Bhagwan.
he says Muni Nam Apyaham Vyasaha. Vyasa is
Yeah,
equivalent to Vasudeva.
yeah. He is one of his avatar also. They say like
Mm.
Kala avatar or something like that. Wow.
That,
It's
shall we stop?
amazing, like thousands of years ago, they did all that.
Mm. Please stop here today. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll have to
Yeah.
revise some of the other last few shlokas also. We'll do that tomorrow. And yeah, day after tomorrow, Nana is going to be there. So
Mm.
any doubts and all that, please do
Okay.
jot it down. If you can put it down in the WhatsApp group or email it to me, that'll be also fine. So we can project the question for Nana when he comes on. So Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.
Thank you. Jai Gurudev.